An 11-day joint operation resulted in more than 200 arrests, including people wanted for murder. Alexa Ashwell sat down with leaders of several federal and state agencies, joins us live in studio with their collective fight against crime here in Baltimore. Alexa.
That's right, Mary. Drugs, guns, violent crimes. Federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies teamed up to take some of the most violent people off city streets. Now, key Maryland prosecutors are opening up about their strategy and approach. Before dawn, federal agents prepared to execute hundreds of arrest and search and seizure warrants across the greater Baltimore region. The targets? People wanted for drug trafficking, gun violations, and other violent crimes. The camera rolling as federal, state, and local police, including the Baltimore Police Department, arrested nearly 250 people over an 11-day period back in January. The U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, Kelly O'Hayes,
we are not going to take our foot off the pedal.
Alongside Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates on the joint federal-state operation.
As a city state's attorney, how pertinent is it to have that federal help?
People don't realize a number of factors were in play when we had the dramatic decrease in the murder rate in Baltimore City. We know we couldn't have done the things we were able to do on our state side without the support of the federal government and the U.S. Attorney's Office, as well as the DEA, FBI, ATF.
Those agencies also sitting down with us. The U.S. Marshal for the District of Maryland on the 264 outstanding warrants cleared.
In a typical month, our fugitive task force probably makes somewhere between 50 and 70 arrests on open warrants, both state, federal, local. So in the course of a quick 2-week period, we almost multiplied that times 5. So it was a huge success.
Taken into custody, 8 people wanted for homicide, 12 wanted for attempted homicide, more than 100 for assault, 26 for drug-related crimes, and 13 people wanted for weapons violations. FBI Special Agent in Charge Jimmy Paul providing insight on city streets.
For the FBI specifically, what were you guys seeing when it comes to the streets of Baltimore?
I think there's a lot of folks that are, violent offenders that are out in the wind, and this partnership that we did with the Baltimore Police Department, we were able to kind of identify through our analysis and through our intelligence folks to identify some of the most worst offenders.
The law enforcement agencies seizing 4 firearms and 869 grams of narcotics. The ATF and DEA helping build cases.
What we were trying to do is identify, the violent criminals, the shooters. And so we want to, identify, investigate, and prosecute as fast as possible, because the quicker we get these people off the streets, that lessens crime.
DTOs will be neighborhoods, and once one is dismantled, another one just kind of takes over. Is that something that you're still seeing as problematic, and how are you working to mitigate that?
Well, that happens in all communities. That's why at the DEA, one of our top commitments is to target the cartels that are supplying these DTOs domestically.
Another threat to public safety, gangs. Through the investigations, U.S. Attorney Hayes says 6 defendants were identified as gang associates, and some are facing federal RICO conspiracy charges in connection with the MS-13 gang.
The MS-13 is a huge priority of my office. We have multiple current multi-defendant indictments, RICO typically involving murders, attempted murders, drug trafficking.
U.S. Attorney Hayes and City State's Attorney Bates stressing the importance of this joint approach.
It's the violent offenders.
As federal charges often result in stiffer penalties and longer mandatory sentences.
Those are the types of cases that we want to bring that have the most significant impact and are going to keep our violent offenders off the street for as long as possible.
Hayes and Bates said the city can expect more operations like this one in the future. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News. Thanks for watching. I'm Alexa Ashwell. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel.